Hello, everyone, and happy New Year. It's happy 2020. Welcome to your Twin Flames Relationship Now Tarot Show. I am your hostess, Melinda NailFanatic for Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm going to deliver a twin flame reading for us today. I am in preparing for this reading, I am to deliver the message that all creation thanks you because you've chosen a job reserved for few and you're going through it the best you can. So give yourself a big, huge hand. I'm also being asked to share something was channeled recently. My friend in New Zealand, I had a conversation with her and she said, "Why do I see same but different? I see something this." And I said, "Well, what it is we're all giving our 100%. That's why it's the same. We do the best we can. We're all doing the best we can. The reason why it's different is because our 100% is not the same, as we're all in different states of awareness. And so that's something that's affecting a lot of twin relationships. And right now in my life, I was given to speak about today three particular twin relationships that are in my energy field. And in one, we have two partners that are lower in their 100%. In other words, they're not as consciously, spiritually awakened, right? They're not as conscious about their identity of their self. Their spirituality is awakening, but it's not at the highest levels. The second relationship of twin flame nature that I've been given to reflect upon as we do this reading is one where both partners are a little bit more awakened. They're doing their spiritual work, they're aware of it, they're conscious of it, they work with the energy more willingly, both. And the third twin flame relationship that I've been given to channel and use as I'm hearing the word fodder. Why fodder? But as a, and I'm hearing fodder for the fire, whatever that means. But as a example to reflect upon in this reading is one where you have one twin who is um, significantly more awakened and more conscious with their spirituality than the other twin. And all of these are twin flame relationships that are in current physical union. And I'm hearing there's a lot of information out there about twins. But one thing that they want you to know is you will hear some spiritualists and psychologists say, when you have a craving so strong for somebody, such a strong desire for them, run the other way. Yeah, that's separationism. Twin flames will crave each other intensely. And that is to give them the inner fire to do the work. And your twin and you will be at different levels of consciousness, not always the same, but everybody's doing the best they can. The coolest thing about twin flame relationships is as you do the work and you heal yourself, as the saying goes, heal thyself, healer, healer, heal thyself. The work is done spiritually for your twin, and everything is spiritual in its root. Everything is spiritual in its root. And it will trickle into the consciousness, the physicality from that place. It must be in the spirit to trickle into the physicality. And so when you do this work, it's like a cheat sheet. It's a shortcut. It's a backdoor entrance to get the work done to help bring your twin along. So for those of you who are not in physical union right now, continue to do the work for yourself and continue to love them unconditionally. And what you'll find is they can get away with things that other partners in your life, other karmic partners and non-soul connection partners in your life were not able to get away with, and you will not pull back your energy from them. And when you come into physical contact with them, when you come into physical presence of them, you will feel your energy pull to them. It will run to them in a recognition. It will be so profound. So we're going to get into this reading. I'm interested to see what's going to come out of it. So I'm going to focus on the cards today. And I'm on my table here. where I have my two peacocks. Got two red candles back there, a green candle back there for the heart chakra. We got the double hearts. Got the crown over there, recognizing the masculine and drawing that in. I got a couple of glasses back there that have rainbow colored skulls to symbolizing the transformation that goes on, right? And of course, I brought my gifts from Gaia over here. So let's get into this reading and see what wants to come out for us today. Um, I'm being told to start with a Journey of Love. Journey of Love card. So this is the deck I'll be using first. And we're going to pull one card about the situation, and I'll read from the book for you once I channeled whatever message comes through to me, and then we'll get into some more cards. Again, I'm not sure what is going to come out of this reading. I just got it really strongly, like that's part of why I'm not going out tonight. I'm just here and doing these readings. So let's see. What is the message from my viewers? Twin flame relationships now. Thank you. Here it is. Okay. We have the cloak, and it's card 50. And I'm hearing the cloak is a protection device. It's to protect you during the weather. So I'm hearing, know that you are safe and secure as you go through some of these storms that you're facing at this time, because there are definitely spiritual storms going on right now. And once the storm has come through, then that energy can clear and the air will be clearer than ever before. This is something that happens in nature. So we're going to set this card here. And let's see what the book has to say about the cloak. It's card number 50. So 5 and 0 is 5. And 5 is a number of shift and transformation and change. So let's see what the book has to say about this. And 0 is the nothingness that has all potential in it. Within nothing, there is all things. And so I feel like there are changes happening and you don't know where they're taking you. You don't know, there are changes happening within you. You're not quite understanding where they're taking you and what's going to come of them. You're a little bit confused about what's going on with your partner. And I'm hearing some of your partners have gone dark, either for the day or at this time overall. Let me read the book, though. It says, around you, there is a cloak of your own creation. Perhaps it has served you for a time as an invisible form of protection, as a way to claim needed solitude, as a way to retreat inside to find out what you truly feel, what you truly need, to find yourself after being lost in an ocean of thought and emotion, not always your own. Yet the time is fast approaching when you will no longer require that cloak. You have attained an integration within, a knowledge of self that makes it possible for you to connect with the world, with others, in a way that does not leave you lost and struggling to find yourself. You have learned how to hold yourself. You have learned to do this well enough that you can successfully hold yourself and hold another too. You don't have to push the world away. You can invite it in and play. The message that this oracle brings to you is that you can safely release the forms of security that you once held. You do not have to abandon your boundaries with others. Rather, your boundaries are so functional that you can enter into relationships with more openness, trusting that your boundary will naturally assert itself when necessary, giving you the connection to yourself that you need when you need it without having to withdraw from the relationship entirely. It is time to trust your own boundaries and practice letting them help you whilst actively engaging in deeper relationship. You'll have fun. Loneliness is like a ship in full sail with no wind and no place to go. So that lets us know, reading that book, some of your protection mechanisms, some of those safety mechanisms that you've had, those are now being removed from you. Why? Because it's time. You're ready. You're able. And you're able to sustain yourself in this energy. Also, some of you are, even if you're in physical union, there's a feeling of loneliness. And the thing about twin flames is When the relationships work, they work because you do the work for yourself. You don't, a twin flame relationship is not the type of codependent relationship where you allow your partner to do everything for you. And guess what? The weight of this self work lies with the more awakened partner. The in this third example I gave, where one partner is more awakened and the other is significantly less awakened, but they're both still giving their 100%. The significantly less awakened partner has not yet learned to take responsibility for how they feel and how to move through these energies. Okay? But since you have, you who are more awakened and who are likely the twin watching this channel, because in this demonstration, one partner doesn't even realize that they're part of a twin flame relationship. So they're not going to be watching, and they're probably not so deeply into spirituality as you are. Yet you still are part of a twin flame, and they are still doing the best they can. They still have that ability to love to whatever capacity that is, and they definitely have it in them to be awakened more and expand their 100 even further. Understand that when you're living at 100, when you're giving it your 100 has room to expand. If you're giving it 100% and doing the absolute best you can, that 100% can and will expand. And likewise for your partner, regardless of their level of awakeness. Okay. So let's get back into these cards now that we've kind of given that out the way we did. And for this next portion of this reading, we're going to look at both the feminine and masculine qualities. And we're going to use this deck here, John Holland's Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And what we're going to do is utilize the crystals as markers. So, you know what? We're going to shift this again. This crystal will represent our divine feminine side. This crystal will represent our divine masculine side. Okay. And let's see what the messages have to say for us about both of these parties. Show me what is the most important thing for each aspect of this twin flame relationship, where they are at now. What is the most important thing to be mentioned? And here we have the card that says move. It's number 7. First off, number 7, spiritual wholeness. So again, the divine feminine is in a place of spiritual connection, awareness, openness to receive. They have the ability to see the divine perspective. And this card in the traditional tarot is represented by the Chariot. So I see the divine feminine at this time moving past obstacles and set on victory. And you know that there's victory in this for you, regardless of where it is today. Let's see what is the energy now for the masculine as it flips right over. They've got rest and reconsider. Rest and reconsider. So, number 9, signifying a completeness, the end of a path. The number 9 is letting us know that where this divine masculine is, they're getting ready to hit a dead road on that path. In other words, some change is about to happen. They're at the end of a way of being, okay? And the rest and reconsideration, we talked about, there's a feeling of loneliness. So some of you are feeling at this time that your divine masculine is withdrawing in some form or fashion. Maybe they're away physically for a while. Maybe they're away mentally. Maybe they're away emotionally. They've withdrawn in some way their energy. Why? Because they have a lot of things to process. They're processing what they've been living. They're processing what they're doing. They're processing what they're going to do. As a masculine energy, their tendency is to focus on action. Masculine energy is action-oriented. Its satisfaction is in accomplishing physical goals in the 3D. Okay? So somewhere where they haven't been able to accomplish certain goals, it's causing them to withdraw into themselves. But in the number 9 in the traditional tarot, Any card with the number nine, whether it's the nine of swords, nine of wands, nine of cups, or nine of pentacles, is going to always reflect back to the major arcana number nine, which is the hermit. And the hermit is about introspection, looking at oneself, looking at the guidance within, questioning yourself, looking for your truth, searching for who am I, what am I doing, what am I all about, what do I want? They're doing the self introspective work. Okay. This card is traditionally the nine of wands. So I see that actively the masculine has been slowed down. They want to move faster than they can. They're like, I'm almost there. So much is lined up, but it's not happening yet. I'm not doing what I want to be doing. There's a feeling within the masculine of, I'm not where I want to be. Things are not the way I would like them to be. I can't do the things I want to do. There's some things I need to do to feel complete. Okay. But completeness is approaching, broaching. Okay. The broaching. I'm hearing broaching the service. It is coming up. There are things lined up that the masculine, because they are masculine in their representation physically, is not able to see. They're not looking through spiritual eyes. That's where the feminine comes in as a lovely surprise, because you continue to remind the masculine. And for those of you who are not physically in their presence, or maybe they're shut off to hear with their physical ear, speak to their soul. I have watched as I've done these readings for my twin flame partnership, where both twins are they're in a different state of awakening, but it's greater than the first example. And I have watched literally when the masculine begins to act up, have doubts, and throw a fit, and then the feminine retreats her energy into herself, self-love, reflects on herself, does the things that she needs to do. It's like an instantaneous reaction. As I stated and channeled for her, the higher you make your flame glow and burn, the more they're attracted. The flame and the brightness of it is attractive to the male counterpart, to the masculine, correction, the masculine counterpart. Okay. And please understand that male and female bodies do not indicate masculine or feminine. It is a state of consciousness that you are in. Okay. So I'm hearing, what can we expect in the next quarter? As we're at the beginning of the year, they're saying over the next 3 months, because we want to allow time for these changes to sit in the spirit and to move the physical. And what can the divine feminine do at this time? So let's see what comes through. Okay. So we asked about the masculine first. So here's for the masculine. And we asked for the feminine second. So what is the advice for the feminine? There it is. Okay. Very good. I love this because it's very confirming of what I've just said. The divine masculine, what you can expect within the first quarter of 2020 is success and growth within the divine masculine. And I'm hearing, the decalcification of the pineal gland. Understand that as this happens in your physical body, there will be an experiencing quite often, not for everyone, because not everyone fits any parameters, I'm hearing, or schematics. But for many, there will be unexplained and ununderstandable headaches. And this can be accompanied by a actual drainage from the nostrils. And it's not a runny nose, and no, you're not sick, and you're aware of it. But there's a drainage, okay? And this is your body releasing calcification, physical calcification from off of the pineal gland. And the divine masculine is going through this spiritually. So if your divine masculine is complaining of headaches, they don't stop. Because this process can go on, I'm hearing, for 8 months at a time. And then it can stop for a while and then be triggered again as greater levels of awakening are happening. It can re-trigger and re-trigger. It can be accompanied by headaches, sleepiness, change in desired diet, and change of activity overall. And other other things can happen as well, so don't dismiss them. But the main thing is you won't be able to attribute it to any physical reason. And there's the intuitive voice will be telling you, like, this is part of the awakening. You'll be hearing it. Okay, what's going to happen in the 3D with the divine masculine over the first quarter? Notice this is all about wands. This is all about action. These are both cards of action. This is the 8 of Wands. So whatever the divine masculine is going through right now, that's giving them a period of rest so that they can reconsider and reprocess where they're at, what they're doing, figure themselves out, get their shit together, as some of them have said, right? In the first quarter, you're going to see success and growth. So they're going to begin to behave differently. They may communicate with you differently. They may be more busy with their own personal pursuits, the things that make them feel accomplished and satisfied. And I'm hearing for you, divine feminine, it's important that you're extremely encouraging of your divine masculine to do the things that make them feel fulfilled. A lot of divine masculines have been suppressed by controlling, out of control feminine energies their whole lives. Wow. And I've never even put that together before now. In the 3 case studies that I'm talking about of actual twin flame relationships, I can honestly see how all 3 of the divine masculine counterparts have been dominated by out of control feminine energies. And what is an out of control feminine energy? It's those women that expect you to do everything for them, be at their beck and call, will do nothing for themselves, blame you for everything, hold you responsible for everything, don't handle none of their own shit, won't put their own stuff into action. They can be very whiny, very naggy, very complaining. They can be very controlling and manipulative. Okay. All these divine masculines in my case studies have been under that influence most of their lives, if not all of their lives. Okay. And so I'm hearing that that's a lot of why this has had to happen. This whole rest and reconsideration had to happen so the divine masculine can begin to break free from that controlling energy. And here we have success and growth. So as your role in the divine feminine, what is your role? What is it advisable for you to do? You got the 7 of Cups, daydreams and decisions. Now I have a couple of key words for this card, but here again, we have the divine energy of the 7. Divine feminine, angel number 77. Check it out. 7 of Cups. First and foremost, as I have channeled information about the tarot and God is my teacher, the 7 of Cups is the card of unconditional love, because there's a spiritual wholeness to the love energy. So there's advice here for you, divine feminine. Speak to their soul. Give that love to their soul first and foremost, even before their physical body. Their energy needs to be loved. Their energy needs to feel the love. It craves the love, and you have it to give. And they're going to do things that are going to bring you to the point of cuckooism. Really? We're going to make up these words today? Yes, we are. That's what they say. But you have the capacity to love them through this all. And this is why, regardless of whether you're in union or out of union, whether you're in whack or out of whack, whether they're in handling their business or trying to figure their shit out, you love them anyway. And your energy is not withdrawn from them. Also, for those of you who practice creative writing and creative visualization, write it out the way you would like to bring it about. Feel it out the way you would like to bring it about. And again, continue to commune with their soul. Speak to their soul. Speak to their energy. When you can't reach their physical mind and you can't reach their physical heart, speak to their energy. Let them know it's okay to open up, that you accept them being successful, that you grant them all their freedom, but that it was never yours to grant, that they were always free, and that you're not here to dominate them. that you just want to love them and support them and watch them grow and be successful. And that all you want from them is to watch. That no matter whether they're with you physically or not, you will love them anyway, no matter where they are. And when you have the chance to say this physically, let their ears hear so the conscious mind hears. But more important than even that is speak to their soul. It is so important in the way that they grow. I am being told to show the bottom of the deck. I was not going to. I had put the cards over there. And at any rate, here it is. The sacral chakra is being highlighted at the bottom of the deck. Sacral chakra, I want, emotions, desires, joy, creativity, sexuality, and passion. This relationship is probably the best sex you've ever had. It's the most passion you felt for anyone. I mean, you thought you were already met the love of your life, divine feminine. You thought you had met the love of your life. And then here come this little smart alecky, don't want to listen to you, feisty, whatever, but you just can't get over them. And you are so passionate for them. And it's probably the best sex you've ever had. But the core of part of what is causing this need to withdraw within them is they have desires and they have wants. And they have not attained them. And you also are saying, but I want this from you. Understand, according to the Hermetic laws, which is the basics of how life runs on planet Earth, whether you like it, love it, know it, or don't have no, if you're oblivious, that which you are focused upon, your vibration is what you're going to attract. Like is attracted to like. So if you're wanting, you'll be wanting. So instead of saying, I just want to love you, I just want to be loved by you, try to realize and create a shift within yourself where you say, I'm just loving you and I'm just loving being loved by you. And don't consider the amount or quantity of that. Just embrace the fact that you're loving them and you're grateful to have them to love. And they're loving you at the best way they know how. And you're grateful for their love. Water, need water. They've been having me drink from this glass since I did the first reading today. And okay, and that comes in divine timing because now what I hear is before you speak to their soul, drink water. Because it works to aid telepathic communication. Now, couple number 2 that I spoke of. Both partners are spiritually awake and at very similar levels of consciousness. There's still a little bit higher vibration and higher awareness in one than the other. They have awoken a greater capacity to give and receive telepathic communication by the touching of their third eyes, putting forehead to forehead. And this is something that is innate in twin flames because you know each other's soul. Couple number 3, one is greater or a more awakened state of consciousness, significantly more than the other. Okay, both still at their 100 capacity. Telepathic conversation unfolds naturally. And it's not necessarily the hearing of the words, it's the feeling of the desire, it's the feeling of the need, it's the knowing. And it's a synchronizing of craving where all of a sudden both partners want to eat the same thing. And they're both telling each other at the same time. They're both calling each other at the same time. They're both having the same desire at the same time. And then as they speak it out, they realize, hey, I was just thinking the same thing. And it's like, hey, get out of my head. And it's like, hey, I didn't know I was there. But you were, right? So there's some of that going on. And so there's some tactics there for some of you twins who watch this video. Let's go ahead and pull some more messages for you, though. The animal spirit cards are really, really calling Okay, animal spirit. And we're going to pull an animal spirit for each of the parties again, as we have been. Of significance, I don't know why the coyote fell out, but if it comes back out, we'll find out more about why that's so. So let's see, what is the animal spirit for the divine masculine? We'll do the divine masculine first, please. And then one animal spirit also for the divine feminine at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. All right, there it is. First and second. All right. Divine masculine, you have received the wolf. It says creation, healing, purification. Although portrayed as a marauding villain in many European cultures, wolves are deities in Native American cosmologies and are a popular totem. Like the raven, which also appears in this painting, the wolf is a hero and creator. In some legends, she is the trickster sibling of the coyote. The Quilete of the Maca of the Pacific Northwest ascribe healing power to the wolf and perform a wolf dance in the skin of the animal to cure the sick. In the early Roman cult of Lupa or Feronia, the great she-wolf, also known as the mother of wolves, was the divine midwife and matriarch of the ancestral spirits. She was honored in an annual festival of the she-wolf and was invoked in purification rituals. In the Roman legend of Romulus and Remus, a wolf nurses the two heroes and restores their strength. So understand something. Your divine masculine is going through a purification and a healing at this time. They have the ability to create and materialize and manifest their needs so powerfully, but it is being required of them that they raise their vibration so they're more satisfied with what they see. They have this ability, but they've not yet identified within themselves how they do it, or the fact that there are some of them won't even own it. So there's a healing going on at this time with the divine masculine, a purification of their spirit. Again, this is why they're being pulled away, and that's why within the first quarter we see success and growth coming in. They're here to rest and reconsider because the wolf is working with them. The energy of the wolf is working with them to heal them and purify their energy. The fox comes out for the divine feminine. And I'm just looking at where this is going to go and looking at the gaze of the fox over right towards the wolf. So the divine feminine is keeping an eye on their divine masculine. And sometimes without being obvious, sometimes slyly is what I hear. But the fox says cunning, sexuality, creativity. Like the coyote, the fox is strongly associated with magic, supernatural power, and cunning. In the wild, it exists at the edges of field and forest, and in the mythical realm is a principal mediator between the human and spirit worlds. In Chinese folklore, this fox may assume a human shape at an age of 50, and at its 100th birthday, it becomes either a wizard or a lovely maiden. Red foxes are associated with sexual energy and the creative life force. Some Native American legends speak of a hunter discovering that his wife has a secret fox identity. First off, now we know why the coyote fell out at the beginning, because it first referenced like the coyote. Okay, so here we have the divine feminine. It's like no matter what they're up to, here you are, and you are so sexually attracted to your mate. You are so sexually attracted to your counterpart. But notice that there's magic involved. And the being of a mediator between the human and spirit world. This is why, yes, you speak to their consciousness, you speak to their physical ears, but speak to their soul. Call on your ancestors and theirs, because trust in this arrangement, they were all players. Yes, I love that. Thank you. So now that we've done the spirit animals, let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards, I hear. For the divine twins of the flame, whose soul is the same, whose energy works in synchronistically, who came here with a mission to heal humanity through the power of love. Is that a Luther Vandross song, The Power of Love? Okay. Let's see what wants to come out. And let's see what questions are we going to ask. What are the questions we're going to ask about this twin flame relationship at this time? Well, let's ask what we need to know first. We'll start on this side with the divine masculine. What do we need to know about the divine masculine that will help the divine feminine? What do we need to know? Okay, here we go. King of Swords. And the first thing I hear is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius is symbolized by this card. So it could be their sun sign, moon sign, Venus sign, or rising sign. Your divine masculine counterpart is right now very much so in their head. Even as they're laying in their bed, they're thinking many, many thoughts. Thinking about the haves and the have-nots. Thinking about what they can, would, and will do. And wondering if it'll be good enough for you. Oh, the divine masculine, experiencing some feelings of doubt, of lack and limitation. And that is part of why you're in this here situation. So in response to this energy, what are we seeing from the divine feminine at this time? Because your energy is linked, so what's the mirror? This is what the divine masculine is doing. What is this energy bringing up in the divine feminine? You have the devil. It's bringing up your shadow attributes. And I'm hearing, because your divine masculine is holding on to these energies of lack and limitation and frustration and irritation, it's bringing up for the divine feminine the tendency, the proclivity to want to doubt. I'm hearing to doubt and to fall into the trap of going into the same old running cycle, giving up cycle. Some divine feminines are saying, oh no, this is toxic, I just can't do it. Some divine feminines are tempted to throw in the towel somehow and call it toxicity and be done with the energy, because this is a work that many will awaken to, will choose not to do. They literally will choose not to do it, even if they know it's a twin flame. And I've said it many times before, and I will say it again. A lot of twin flame partnerships do not make it in union because the doubts. It is a challenging relationship style to live. Okay. All right. So as it progresses, what experience will the divine feminine see or go through with or without, whichever experience wants to come out for the divine masculine? Let's see what experience moving forward. And I'm hearing in the first quarter as well. We already got one card on it, and we know they're going to have some success and growth. But what is the experience? Here we go. For the divine masculine, the Ace of Swords. Epiphany, divine download, truth coming in. It hits like a ton of bricks, I'm hearing. It comes in like a ton of bricks. This awareness, this truth, the unveiling of lies. And all of a sudden, because there's something that comes into their awareness, they become more apt to accept that, hey, I'm winning. So I feel like you're going to see a lifting of the negativity, that the negative mindset the divine masculine had been holding on to. Okay. And let's see with that, what experience we can expect in the 3D for the divine feminine? What is the experience that wants to be spoke of in the first quarter in the 3D for the divine feminine? Okay, here we go. This is the one. The Chariot. This one right here. I just see divine feminine moving through some obstacles. You're going to find so much balance within yourself, and you're going to be like moving on, moving forward. Some of you will be ready to walk the fuck away. And I'm not going to lie, like some divine feminine, you're going to get a new car, baby. You're going to get a new method of transportation. And somebody says, why are you talking about materialistic things during such a spiritual reading? Because all material comes from spiritual. And what I'm hearing is the new car will be a physical experience and symbol of the inner work that you have done to move things along spiritually. You'll be given new transportation because you're in a new spiritual mode of transportation. Yes. So again, divine feminines, there will be several that won't have that experience because they will literally choose to walk away because they will think this is a codependent, toxic relationship. They will not want to face their own shadow. But divine feminine, hear me now. Yeah, that person might be labeled by all these things that psychology likes to call toxic, codependent, narcissistic. But you attract like is attracted to like. You attract. This energy is part of you. And until you choose to forgive it and love it and move through, it will stay within you too. No, you have no control over what they do. But in a spiritual sense, actually, you have more control than you think you know. Because as you heal it for yourself, you heal it for both in the soul. And everything in the physical is a side effect of the spiritual. Some of you will be brave enough to do the work. And the Chariot is also a card that says victory is assured. No matter what, victory is assured. So some of you divine feminine will experience a victory, a feeling of victory in this situation. Okay. The last tarot card I'm getting to pull for this message here is, what is it that the divine masculine from his soul wants you to know? And there it is. It flew to the flow. The divine masculine, his spirit has a message for you. And it says, oh my God, I love this. It says, please wait for me. I'm doing the best I can. Please keep that positive expectation of me. Please continue to see the light in me. Don't give up on me. I'm coming. I'm coming. I will get there. Your ships will come in. I'm learning. The sun is shining. Awareness is here. I'm learning. I'm doing the best I can. Please wait for me. Don't give up on me. I love you so much. We're going to create and do so much fun stuff together. And I'm so passionate for you. You really turn me on. You're so beautiful to me. I've never seen anybody as beautiful as when I look at you, in the way you look at me, and the love you hold for me. Even though I don't know how to receive it and I don't know how to believe it. It's the most beautiful love I've ever known. So please don't give up on me. I'm doing the best I can, and I promise you'll see. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I will show and prove. I will show and prove. Literally, that's what I'm hearing. I will show and prove. Dude, I was on the brink of tears. I'm just saying, I was on the brink of tears as I channeled the divine masculine to the divine feminine. I was on the brink of tears. Like, if I was prone to crying easily, I cry. But it doesn't happen very easily, thank God, because my makeup would have been fucked. I'm just saying. Oh, the divine partnership. The bottom of the deck is the 7 of Wands. Again, the 7. Now it's first 2 here. Then we had another one there. Now there's another one here. That's 4 sevens, okay? The 7 of Wands. And this is, you're in a more advantageous position than you know. This relationship is really powerful, and neither one of you really wants to give up. Neither one of you really wants to give up. It's only the physical that says, no, I can't do it. I can't love you. It's because that's what you've been programmed. Society says, hey, just walk away. Go find someone else. You'll find another one today. But see, this isn't that type of relationship. This relationship is not about anything less than a spiritual wholeness being developed and evolved within both of you, because at least one of you has the capacity to do the work. Now, what do the viewers of this video need to know, Love Source God? The remaining cards I pull will be for whoever's watching this video. We're not going to identify masculine or feminine because, hey, maybe there's a masculine watching, but I bet that they're all divine feminines. But let's just see what comes out of the cards for you, viewer of this video, about this divine partnership. Again, the universe says thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you that this is the work you've chosen to accept and do. The card coming out of the book, out of the deck for you, is victim. Victim is the card, and the deck that I'm using, sorry, I did not introduce it appropriately, was from Carolyn Meese, archetype cards. Okay. The shadow attribute says playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. Whoa. This is an archetype that is playing itself out in your twin relationship right now. The light attribute says prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So how do you heal yourself in a relationship with somebody who doesn't want to heal, right? Without making a victim of yourself? Well, let me tell you, it is definitely got a lot to do with being able to forgive yourself, because if you can't forgive your divine counterpart, trust and believe there's a shadow within yourself, your own shadow attribute that you are refusing to forgive and to love. And until you forgive it and love it, anywhere you go is going to attract and elicit that shadow until you face it. Because this is the age of Aquarius. 2020 is going to give you more clarity about who and what you are, and this will stay there until it's dealt with. And it will continue to show up in rage, in self-sabotage, in choices that aren't aligned with you, which leads to regret, which leads to more additional disappointment and more personal upset. Okay. Whoo-wee. What else do we want to pull for our viewers? Okay. The Good Tarot. And with this one, I'll channel the message and then I'll read from the book for you. So we'll use this deck next for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving this video a thumbs up. Thank you for your good karma love donations. The information is all below this video in the description. And thank you for going to my Teespring store and purchasing some goods. Thank you for purchasing your readings with me and getting your nails done when you come see me in Vegas. Yes, baby. All right. The message for you is justice. Wow. The scales of justice are being balanced. And I'm hearing that's part of why there's this rest and recuperation, rest and reconsideration energy in the divine masculine right now. Because balance is coming in. Okay, it's time for balance. Some of you will be resonant with the energy of the sign of Libra somewhere in your birth chart that you already know about. And it's resonant. It's stirring your soul strings right now. Playing your soul strings for you if this is speaking to you. Okay, let me see what the book has to say for you about this justice card. All right. Justice / karma. The law of cause and effect is in play now as I see elements in my life balance out. What goes around comes around. I'm now seeing evidence of this law in the conditions of my world. And as I'm reading this book to you, I'm hearing The choice to forgive the other and love the other, regardless of what they do unconditionally, is a choice to love and forgive yourself unconditionally. That is the ultimate healing. That is the ultimate connection. And the choice not to forgive, the choice to be unforgiving, the choice to be unloving is also the choice that has that effect on you. So, yes, I am very serious. Yes, this reading is very serious. Yes, you have your own choices to make. And yes, some of you will say, you know, this is a journey I just can't take. And that's okay. We love you anyway. We're doing the best we can. You're doing the best you can. And the most self-loving thing you're doing is to give yourself that permission to be and do the best you can and be okay with that. But in this partnership, you would not have come together if the potentiality was not a given when you made this decision before you came to Earth. I'm just saying. This has been the most interesting twin flame relationship spread I have done yet. I hear that a lot of you are going to have some very profound spiritual experiences as 2020 takes its ground. I see your comments. I appreciate you. I thank you for all the reciprocal energy that you give in going out there. Those of you who choose to do the work, thank you. Those of you who choose not to do the work, thank you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, thank you for being. Until next time, I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread that shines all the way through, called love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you can treat yourself at lphtarot.com. It's in love, peace, and happiness to you and yours. And of course, me and mine. Until next time.